But now I feel so confident of my teaching skills.
I look back at that session, I'm like, thank God we had that session. Yeah.
I think I didn't really understand what the communicative approach was until I got onto the course. I didn't really know what it meant, and I had no idea how to implement it. And I think the idea of rote learning is something that, you know, a kind of hangover from the Industrial Revolution, like, you know, something that we as language learners maybe at school associated with what teaching is. They kind of stand up in front of the board, you know, memorize these are the definitions. But actually when you work within a context, you are able to watch the learners kind of naturally progress through that language point, whether it's lexis or grammar. And being taught in my input via the communicative approach, you suddenly start to piece everything together of like, oh, this is an efficient way of teaching, and it kind of allows you to collaborate with your students. And that's something that I, you know, didn't necessarily expect to have so much feedback with the students kind of as you're teaching. It's not the kind of didactic, I am the teacher, you are the student. It's very much the whole class works to make a dynamic that, you know, is the most efficient for learning.
Before CELTA, I was really like insecure of my abilities as a teacher, because like I didn't have a formal education. I learned by doing, basically. I did some exams and things like that, but I learned by doing, and I didn't know if I was doing the right thing. But now I feel so confident of my teaching skills. I feel like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what it needs to be done, and I really know how to take advantage of my hour of class, let's say. I think it was, like I said at the beginning, one of the best decisions that I took for my career. Basically because I can imagine myself doing anything else that is not teaching. I love teaching, I love giving knowledge. So if like someone is looking for being a teacher, even in any type of language, I think CELTA still is going to be so useful, because it's more about the techniques and this of like the communicative approach, the guided discovery, all of that is so like, there are things that you knew they existed, but you didn't know how to implement it. And yeah, it's just amazing. I really loved it.
I think coming from a like specific angle of now teaching, the thing that I'm like most grateful for was very specifically the session where we looked at different textbook tasks, and then we kind of fleshed out and discussed and rehearsed how to kind of like bring that to life in the classroom. And now teaching every day, I look back at that session, I'm like, thank God we had that session. Yeah.